Hey there. The problem with the camera, it doesn't want me to go landscape mode. Let me try and turn the camera around. It's saying, yeah, orientation is locked. Anyway, we may have to just view it this way, which is okay. Not how I planned, but anyway. Yeah. So, hey Hobby Time, how are you, buddy? Yeah, for some reason it won't let me go landscape mode. Just rotate. No, that's not going to work. Oh well, we'll figure it out next time. Let me just put this phone back in its holder here without shaking everything to pieces. There we go. And get everything straight. There we go. That'll do. And let's see if we can angle things up a little more. All right. Okay, so it's a bit hard to tell because the camera is not really picking up how smoky it is. I opened this window on the side of my condo here and I can smell the smoke really strongly. It's not pleasant. It looks to me like it's going to be up there with one of the worst days I've had here. The visibility is not good. Out there in the distance, the sun should be right now just level with that top of the tree on the right. So just turn this a little bit. Yeah, so the sun should be there. Obviously we're not going to see it rise through here because the smoke's just too thick. You can see the colour of the sky starting to get that look. It will, around about here, you'll start to see the bright red sunlight as it comes through. But yeah, the smoke today looks like it's very bad. There's no wind at all, which is the big problem too. Yesterday morning it started out like this, but then a breeze came up and that sort of dispersed a lot of the smoke and made the day a lot clearer. And during the day it wasn't too bad. Also, I found out from a guy who I met yesterday, and we ended up going for something to eat. And he lives I met him in the lift here. He lives on the same floor as me. And he was telling me that March happens to be the windiest month of the year. I don't know how accurate that is, if anyone can verify that lives here. And I certainly noticed it much windier than normal yesterday. So yes, mate, so it's just going to hang around without any wind. Even with the wind when it came up yesterday, that doesn't completely get rid of the smell. But, you know, I'm from Australia, so I'm used to bushfires, but I can understand why people are concerned. This goes on all through March and April. So 2 months of breathing in air like this is just definitely not good for your health. There are air purifiers. I can't even pronounce it, it's too early in the morning. For those who don't know, it's 6:30 in the morning here. Air purifiers you can get. I'm told they work fairly well, and they're not like they do a room where I am here quite well. They're not very expensive. So I would say if the rest of the week is like this, then I'll probably go out and invest in one. What I usually find is if I close my windows and doors during the day and I just have my ceiling fan on, and I can open my front door into the corridor out there, and that lets some fresher air through from the building, I don't even smell the smoke. So that's really good. And like I've said in comments and my other videos, I haven't even turned on the air conditioning since I've been here. Obviously the heat doesn't bother me too much. Even on the hottest days, I think it was 38, 39 degrees a couple of days ago. It was quite a comfortable temperature here in the condo. I only get this sun in the morning when there is sun. And it's only up there till about 10 o'clock before it goes around the other side of the building. So I don't get the heat during the day, which will be great for the electricity bill. I just want to thank all the new subscribers that have come into the channel. I can't believe how quickly this channel is growing. I haven't checked, but last time I looked, I was at about 880 watch hours. So I'm nearly at 1,000 watch hours already with under 500 subscribers. I had over 200 new subscribers came in and joined up in the last 2 days. It's fantastic. So I'm really thrilled. And the comments, by God, you people are keeping me busy. I sit down for half an hour and I'll answer, 4, 5 or 6 comments on my videos. I'll go away for an hour or two and come back and there'll be like another 15, 20 comments. So I'll be sitting there for another hour going through all the comments, which is great, which is good. I like getting the feedback and getting the questions. So it's really good. The odd comment in there, is, oh look, there's smoke in Chiang Mai. I didn't know they have fires up there, like being a bit of a smart ass. You get those comments. I don't take any comments away, unless of course they're really bad, which I've never had, but I will leave all the comments there, and if anybody else wants to comment on someone else's comment, go for it. I'm not going to criticize people and take shots at people and that. I know that there's a lot of people that are in Thailand now that might be planning to come up here. Like I've heard some people want to rent a motorbike, go for a ride around and have a look and see the area. I don't recommend it at this time of the year. It just wouldn't be pleasant with the smoke in the air. The view up on the mountains and the viewpoint and stuff, you wouldn't see much. It's not the time of the year for that. I'm holding off renting a motorbike. That's one of the reasons. At the moment I just walk everywhere. I did buy myself a mask, like one of those COVID masks. I don't know how much that would help. Probably not much at all. And to be honest, I'll even walk out there and have a look around. Like yesterday, I went for about an hour's walk along the Ping River, and just exploring basically. And I never even thought about putting a mask on. Then again, the smoke wasn't too bad yesterday, so yeah. If you're a person that has problems like asthma or any other lung problems, or to do with your breathing, then this is not a good place to be. I did meet a guy in the lift when I was going down. He was coming from one of the floors above with all these crate full of bottles of water that I think he was using for his air purifier, I'm not sure, but he also had this bottle of oxygen that he was breathing, like just a portable thing, taking breaths from, and he was struggling. It sounded like he was struggling to breathe. And I said to him in the lift, I said, "Are you okay? Can I help?" And he goes, No, I'm okay. He mentioned something he had. He said, "I'm in the worst city in the world with the medical problem I have. And I looked at him, I thought, yeah, and then he got out of the lift and went off to maybe get some more water or something, and I thought, wow, that's amazing. Like, why would you be here? You know, like he was literally struggling to breathe. You know, I thought, geez, I hope people know he's there and keep contact with him. I know what it's like with my lung problem I had last month. You know, it's a scary thing when you can't breathe. You know. So anyway, what do we got? Hobby time saying, what's this? Got like hobby barn with an asthma too. Yes, yes. We'll see. Hobby barn, Terry there. Um, Sad loss there when he passed away a few weeks back. That's terrible news. I don't know if he smoked or not. I don't think he was a cigarette smoker, but could you imagine being a smoker as well? I mean, there we go. Look, you can just see the sun coming up now. Look at that. And we have a full sun, like a full moon. So it's starting to appear. I don't know if I can zoom in. Let me see if I can. There we go. There we go. That's looking good. Just get the camera up a little bit. So there you go. It looks like Mars, doesn't it? What do you think? So here we are with a Mars rise over Chiang Mai. Mars is coming up over Chiang Mai. Look at the colour of that through the smoke. It's actually moving reasonably fast. I wonder if I can get in a bit closer. Mind you, I'm on a fairly old Android camera here. There we go. Just up a bit more so you guys can see. Sorry about that. There we go. There we go. That's about as zoomed in as I'm dared to go. In fact, that's not even capturing the colour. It's sort of a pinkish, where to me it's more of a red. Might just go back out a little bit. So there you go. It's an amazing shot of the sun there. It really does look like another planet. Incredible. I'll get that camera view down a bit. And sorry, I'm new at this business here. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So I like the smoke is very bad, and I can actually see it. Like right across the road from me is a gas station, and yeah, it's right up quite thick. Steve's there. Hello, mate. Am I happy to be here despite the smoke? Oh, for sure. Definitely. I was well aware of this burning season before I came here. I also knew that last year was the worst year ever. It was extremely bad, to the point where some streets you couldn't see down the end of. I couldn't imagine it being like that. I really hope it doesn't get like that. But I was aware of that. But it's only 2 months of the year, and this is my first, like, I'm living here now. This is my first, I'm living here, so I figure, all right, I'll experience it. I'll go through it for the 2 months. And then next year, when it comes around again, I'll go, like most people, and decide, well, what the hell? I'm going to go down to the islands for 4 or 5 weeks. And just make a holiday out of it at this time of the year. Yeah, I mean, it's so cheap. Like, rent is so cheap here that you can afford to do that. I mean, you know, 8,000 Thai baht a month rent is all I'm paying here. I think I figured that out to be about $180 a month US, something like that it was. Ridiculously cheap. So it's nothing out of my pocket to go and spend another, 6,000-7,000 Thai baht for a month somewhere else, down where there isn't as much smoke. Down south near where the beaches are, they still get smoke and pollution. I'm sure I've been in Bangkok when it's been pretty bad too. Um, but most of this smoke, because there's no wind, it is all local burning. See, they're burning the sea. Excuse me, I have to clear my throat from the smoke. um, they have to clear the old crops, ready for the new season of planting. And it's just incredible how they're allowed to do this. There must be another way, you know. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's very, very bad. And it's also in the neighbouring countries. And they talk about, oh, but, you know, the smoke's also coming from Laos and Cambodia and Burma. But it's not. Well, you know, they may be burning their crops too, but there's no wind blowing it here. This is surrounding around here. I have seen a couple of people who have sent me photos at night time where they live out in the countryside and they can look out into the mountains and there's actually fires burning. You can see the fires burning. I've seen a guy put up a drone during the day. I don't remember, he's got a YouTube channel and he flies his drone up and you can see a full 360 view around of all the smoke out in the forests and that's happening. Solo Owl, hello buddy. What's this? Exactly what I do. I actually rent 2 houses, one in Fana, I can't pronounce that, yeah, and one in Hua Hin, and I'm spending less than 500 for both. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, well, you know, you get such a good deal when you rent compared to staying in a hotel. I mean, literally, what I'm paying a month, in most hotels you would pay for less than a week. Okay, less than a week. 5 nights in a hotel is what I'm paying here for a month, and that's a cheap hotel. So I mean, you know, yeah, I suppose if you can't really rent out a house and then re-rent it out like a bookings.com or something like that, but I don't know, I think that's a good idea if you can do that. Yep. My further down the track goal will be to buy a place similar to like this, and then I wouldn't have to pay rent anymore. So I just seen a squirrel running across the power lines down there. Even the birds have gone quiet this morning, and traffic is slowly building up. So Hua Hin's a really nice spot too. I've only been there twice, I think, and it's very nice. Don't know what there is to do other than in the main town itself and that. Like I come from a background of motorbike riding, and I like doing adventure motorcycling, and I had a Suzuki V-Strom 1000 that I sold just before I moved over here. And I used to go on trips around Australia and do some adventures. I love that sort of thing. I'm looking forward to doing that back here as well. Which is one of the reasons why I chose Chiang Mai, because there's lots of places here in the north that you can go out for a day or two. There's well-known bike runs that you can do to go around and just explore, basically. That's what I really want to be doing, but not at this time of the year when it's like it is now. I'm going to zoom this camera back a bit. I think like we've got about 8 watching at the moment. Thanks guys. Don't forget, give us a thumbs up. That helps the channel. That's really good. And if you want to have a word in chat and say hello, just hit that subscribe button. It's free, and I think you've just got to wait 1 minute, and then it'll let you chat and say hello. Ashley's there. Hello. Hey Peter, you might not remember me, but I was the apprentice when you were at Rochdale. Seriously. Rochdale. Okay, loving your YouTube channels, and I hope all goes well for you, mate. Wow, I I don't remember you, but at Roachdale, God, I was a butcher then, hey. At IGA, is that correct? Wow, fantastic. Small world. Well, I'm glad you found me. Yeah. Oh, mate, it's thanks for that. And yes, it is going great. Everything's working out well. So, and I'm really enjoying it despite the weather. But yeah, that's great. I actually had a guy come on one of my videos. He commented and said, "Oh, I recognise that building. I'm your neighbour. I live in the same building." That's great. Yeah, with Mike and at Drake's. Yes, of course, Mike. Okay, excellent. I remember. I remember now. Very, very good. In fact, I owe that company a favour at Drake's. I don't know if you remember that. I had a bit of an incident there at work where was it there that I did that? Yeah, I damaged my shoulder and I ended up going doing an out of court settlement with John Paul Drake and the Drake family that own it. So yeah, nobody. I can say this now. I couldn't at the time, but I ended up walking away from that meeting with the lawyers and solicitors with $210,000 in the bank. Yeah. So I quit work for a year, and I was looking after my young son who was a baby then. So, but yeah, no more of that job for me. Solo's saying, Pana Nakhon, I know that, is in the middle of the rice paddies. Is that near Korat? I'm the only foreigner around. When I want solitude, then I go to Hua Hin. It's like a very small Bangkok. Yeah, okay. Yep, I used to go to Korat each year where I had a Thai girlfriend. In fact, I had a Thai girlfriend for 10 years. Long distance relationship. I only saw her for a month each year when I'd come over, and she lived in a small village south of Korat. And yeah, it's interesting in those rural areas, but too boring for me. I couldn't live there. I really couldn't. Let me zoom this camera out, not in, out, and put it down a bit. And you can get a better look down here. I'm sorry we're not in landscape mode. I don't know what happened. I'm sure I did everything in the settings. It says something about changing the settings of my live stream, but I'm sure I set it on. Maybe I should have been in landscape mode while I was setting up the live stream and scheduling it. Maybe that was the problem. But anyway, it's working out okay. We're getting through. It's coming up all right. So let's just move around a bit. I noticed the last time I couldn't do a live stream last time, so I did a live premiere recording out here, and I noticed that when I watched the premiere myself, when it went on, there was dead flies here in the runs of the window, and I thought, oh, that was great. I wish I'd seen that before. I would have got rid of them. Yeah. Looks good on a phone, Peter. It fills the screen. Yeah, we'll see a lot of people watch on their phone now, so it's probably okay like that. But that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. For phone users watching this, it's fine. I've actually got this running on my computer behind me, and obviously it's the portrait view on the computer, which still looks okay. I'm just going to check the color over there and see what it's looking like on my screen. I'm not picking up that bright orange on the camera. Yeah, it does look just like a white dot, but in reality it is a big orange fireball up there. I wish I could get the camera color to show it better. Maybe that's a bit better like that. Yeah, that looks a bit better. When I look at the phone, I forget that the chat on the phone is actually hiding like almost a third of the screen. So when I see just sky and no buildings, I'm not seeing the horizon there. So that's looking pretty good. That's getting some nice colour happening there. I guess it's safe to look at the sun when it looks like that, hey? It's not gonna go blind. So yeah, I think there's about 11 watching now. That's really good. 10 or 11, that's great. The channel's going really well. Like I said, I just started this up when I moved here a few weeks ago. It's probably, I'm into my 3rd week since I left Australia. And the first week I put up just an intro video, and then I did one about selling up and leaving Australia and the process. And I've done a couple of videos then, but it's just skyrocketed. Like I mentioned before in the pinned comment there, it's over 200 subscribers came on board just in the last 48 hours. I've just been, every time I look and refresh, it's like, wow. Just, the last video I did was one walking around chatting about some of the comments and questions people had. So, you know, if you go back after this and have a look at the last video, I went for a walk down the river and sat down on a quiet spot and just talked about some of your questions people have. And that was really good to give some feedback there, because there's so many questions people have. One of the recent ones I had was about motorbike hire places. I mentioned that in that, and I didn't say who they were or where they were. The only reason I didn't is because I really want to go see the place before I recommend them. You know, I mean, Google Maps and reviews are good to see if they're recent and that, but until I go and have a look myself, I don't really want to make an opinion. If you like motorcycles, check out the $1 Million Bogan has a YouTuber. Oh, okay, he's a YouTuber. Rightio. Yeah. So yeah, I do like. I'm looking forward to going motorcycling, but also, as I mentioned in the last video, because of my blood clot condition I had before I came here that nearly killed me. You want to know about that, you'll have to watch the video. I'm on blood thinners at the moment, and they help prevent your blood clotting. And the downside of that is that if I were to have an accident, cut myself at the least, or have internal bleeding, then it could become much more serious because of the fact that I'm on blood thinners. So there's no chance that I want to be riding a motorcycle around and increasing my risk, particularly in Chiang Mai, which, as far as I've also heard, is one of the most dangerous places, definitely in Thailand, but probably up there with the highest rate of motorcycle deaths in the world. Now, I know a lot of that has to do with experience on motorbikes. Let me get this camera back a bit more. There we go. Yeah, it's got a lot to do with your experience on motorbikes. You know, and I have that, and maybe those deaths are things like tourists that rent a bike that have never ridden a bike before, because they'll rent you a bike. All you do is show your passport here. A lot of these rental places won't ask for your driver's bike license or your international license. That's your responsibility to have that. The other thing is there may be a lot of accidents at night time too. I know for a fact the number of bikes and cars I see here at night, particularly late at night, with no headlights on. It's like, wow, many motorbikes with no front headlight. If there's a car pulling out, he's not going to see a bike with no lights. Yeah, that's quite dangerous. Shinobi, hello business, how are you? The smoke makes for beautiful sunrises. It does. Congratulations on reaching the live stream threshold. Yes, I made that 50 subscriber and surpassed it 4 times almost before YouTube actually caught up on their statistics and realized and let me live stream. It was just last night I thought, again, I'll check, see if it'll let me live stream, and suddenly it did. And I think it helped that I contacted support and mentioned it and said, look, it says I only need 50 subscribers to live stream. I've got 110 and it's still saying I need 50. So they may have fast-tracked it or done something to help the algorithm along. And now it's not a problem. There are still some restrictions though. I don't think I can have more than 25 people in chat at once. I'm sure that was a safeguard they called it. I don't understand what that was about. But hey, until I get up to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watched hours, then I'll have my full access on YouTube. And the way that's going, that's probably going to happen fairly quickly. Many of you don't know this, although some of you have come across from my other channel, and I do have another YouTube channel, and I won't mention it here, but my next video I will talk about it because it's related to one of the subjects I'll speak about, which is having a hobby over here. It's people can go play golf or join some social clubs, go to trivia nights, that's all good, but having a hobby is a good thing too. And I'll go into discussing that and mention my other channel, which some of you know about, and how good that is. We're getting questions here. Solo saying, I appreciate the detail you give. Most YouTubers don't go into detail such as how to transfer money, or about getting a visa. Yeah, well, the whole thing about the channel is my day-to-day processes, and over time it'll be how I'm fitting in, how I'm adapting, how I'm adjusting to things, how I'm going to a supermarket and shopping for things that I can't even read the description of, like trying to go and buy chicken noodles and walking away with hot spicy pork noodles, and because you just couldn't read the packet. One thing I've found is ask for help if you don't know. There's a good chance that the young girl there will speak English and help you out. Don't spend 10-15 minutes trying to choose which shampoo is shampoo and which one's conditioner. Just ask, they'll help you, and no problem at all. Very, very helpful people here. You got no idea, and always smiling and willing to help. But yeah, people want to know what I'm going through, what I need to do for a visa and so forth, and transferring money, because you're going to face the same thing if you come here. And a lot of people are thinking about it, is what I've noticed. Hello, Harold. G'day, Harold. What time is it now in Thailand? It is 19, so what's that? It's 7:03 now in Minneapolis in the US. Excellent. The time here now is just after, I think it's after 7 a.m. Just quickly having a look. Yes, it is. It's just after 7 a.m. in the morning here. It'll be Wednesday morning, I think. When you're retired, days of the week don't mean much anymore. In fact, I've actually I couldn't find one here to buy, but I'm looking for like a desk calendar because I need to write down for the month what day I pay rent, what day I pay my phone, what day I pay my electricity and water comes, what day I've got to do this. I need to because every day's the weekend when you're retired, isn't it? You know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday don't mean anything anymore when you're not working. And I lose track. I completely lose track. Yes, it's late in the UK, yeah. Yeah, 12 hours ahead. And it's just after midnight in the UK, yeah. Yeah, as you know, Hobby Time, I try and do my live streams on my other channel to suit both. And I think daylight savings is coming in soon, isn't it? So the clocks are all going to change. Here it doesn't change, but I know Australia, I think the clocks go forward. I think at the end of the month or maybe the next weekend in the UK, the clocks change. A friend of mine in Canada, I think his have changed already. I'm not sure, but it's just going to confuse things, isn't it? Harold's saying, you must be a morning person. Oh, yes, definitely. My background is, well, as I mentioned before, I was a butcher by trade, so I'm used to getting up early, going to work, but my main career was in the security industry, and I was pretty much had to be available 24/7. So it was nothing for me to get phone calls and messages at 11, 12, 1, 2 in the morning to get called in to go out onto a job. So, yeah, 5 hours sleep is what I need, and I can function the next day without a problem. So, I can easily get up at, like, all right, this stream came on at 6:30, but I actually woke up at about 3:30. You know, went in there, checked all the latest comments, see if there was anything that needed answering quickly, which there wasn't. And I went back to sleep. But yeah, I'm a morning person. In fact, what I'm looking forward to is when the weather's better, is getting out just before the sun comes up and going for a walk early in the morning before the traffic and the people. I think it's the best time of the day. I'm also a lot into photography as well. I like taking photographs of unusual things, and there, trust me, plenty of unusual things here. Excuse me. That soot builds up in my throat and I have to cough. Paul, hello Paul, Paul Stevenson. Do you have a network of friends there? Mate, I don't know anyone here, okay? When I came here 3 weeks ago, I don't know a soul at all in fact, I really honestly only have one friend that I keep in contact with in Thailand, and that is my ex-girlfriend's sister's husband, who is a really nice guy from Austria, and I keep contacting him every week, all the time. Top, nice bloke, and he's about it, but full of good advice too. Fantastic, good advice. But I'm making friends here. Like I said, just last night I met a guy, lives on the same floor as me. We had something to eat and we were talking about. He's a world traveller like me, telling me his stories of overseas, and I'm telling him my stories in Africa and so forth. And yeah, we're going really well. So he gave me his contact details, and he said, yeah, if you ever want to catch up again. So that was really good. I think he's flying over to Canada to meet a friend the end of next week, but he's only going there for a short time, then he'll be back. So yeah, he was the one that told me about a social club that's up the road here that I'm going to go for a walk to today, actually. Apparently there's a geeks group that meet there, because I'd like to do a bit of an upgrade on my laptop, increase the memory and the hard drive, and put a better network card in there. So I'm going to go and have a look at this club. I think it's a sports club where they have golf and a few other things there, but there's hobby clubs as well, so I'm going to check that out. But yeah, I meet people all the time. Yeah, I'm sure that's not going to be a problem, you know. Yeah, in a building like this with so many, there's like 19 floors. I'm only about halfway up. I'll give you a quick look at the side of the building as we scan around. So there it is there. There's a glass elevator. I'll have to zoom out. Here we go. There you go. I can't even see the top of the building. So you always meet people in the elevator. There's a beautiful swimming pool. I go down there twice a day to the swimming pool. Let me get this back. There we go. Yeah, twice a day I go down the swimming pool. Usually about 10:30, 11 o'clock before I go for a wander out looking for something for lunch, and then I'll come back and muck around up here for a while, and then I'll go down the pool in the afternoon before I go for a walk looking for dinner. Tough life, isn't it? 5 a.m. walk to get your $1 coffee. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's less than $1. Yeah, my iced coffee down at 7-Eleven. I'll get one of those today for sure. They've actually got a new flavour there. They've got a new flavour. I don't know what it is. It's red colour. So there's, looks like 3 coffees and some other one. Maybe I'll take a risk and try that one today. You don't know till you try when it comes to new food. Harold asking, hello mate, is the Wi-Fi good? Right, the Wi-Fi is fantastic. You can get around here. Wi-Fi is available in just about all the restaurants you go to and places if you don't have your own internet access on your phone. So I'll tell you briefly my setup here. When I rented this condo, or when it was planned for me to move in on the Monday, I organised AIS, which is one of the biggest internet service providers here, which I also use on as a SIM card on my phone. I organised them to come in and set up. So they connected up the fibre optic. So it's 300 by 300. It's upload and download speed. Already 4-5 times faster than anything you can get in Australia. All right, and that's on their cheapest plan, and it's unlimited. All right, so it's brilliant. So what I've done is I've set up to my smart TV that was included here. When you rent a condo here in Thailand, 99% of the time it includes all the furniture. So you'll have your bed, you'll have your lounge, you have your TV, your microwave, your fridge, your cutlery, your glasses, your bed sheet, everything. You're just ready to live in. So I had the TV connected up, so I can, and what I do is my phone is set up so that as soon as I walk into the room, it switches to the Wi-Fi for my internet here and doesn't use my phone SIM card, which is still also very cheap. I'm literally, I was on the cheapest rate you could have back in Australia for 20 gig a month, which I never used that much, but I've got the equivalent here as well, but I think it's about 30 gig a month on my phone. I'll never use that much, you know. So the Wi-Fi, not a problem. My tip for Wi-Fi though is that if you're coming over here, like to live, it's probably best not to pick up a Wi-Fi card at the airport where you see all those stalls there trying to sell them to you for tourists. Hold off, use the free Wi-Fi at the airport. And wait until you get where you're going, and then go out and have a look at getting a card. Most hotels will include Wi-Fi, so you don't need to get your SIM card up straight away, and you'll get a better deal. Let's see. Yeah, thanks, Paul. No problem with the friendships, I'm sure. What's this one? Cab over Mike. Try Arches in Chiang Mai for great food, and they hold quiz nights. Yes, there's a guy on a Facebook page he runs, and I messaged him. He was busy at the time, but he told me about Arches, and he told me about the quiz night, and he invited me to go. But I'm not a going out person, not yet anyway. Like, back home in Australia, I've been living alone for the last 5 years, 6 years. So I'm not a social person, as in, like, I don't drink to start with, I don't smoke. So it's going to take time to be around people, and trivia is not my thing either. So I don't want to embarrass myself, but I've seen they have more than just a quiz night, so I will definitely check that out. I can't remember his name, but he's on Facebook, and he puts out a list of all the social activities happening, and all the events happening here, from religious ceremonies and festivals at temples to bands playing at different places. It's really good. So yeah, there's not a problem. Whoa, the camera nearly fell out the window. Yeah, imagine that. Gosh, I certainly won't be jumping out after it. God. All right. Good to have the sun in the morning and the shade in the evening. Yeah, definitely, definitely. It's just a shame the smoke is there. Um, but who knows? Maybe, I'm pretty sure that wind might pick up again today, like it was yesterday, and that cleared it a bit, so it was all fine. But as you can see, that sun is getting up higher now. So to give you an idea, there's where my window ends, but then I have a balcony, and there's the wall on the balcony. That's where it will go. So in another 2 hours, I would say, that sun will be on the other side of the building. That netting, for those who don't know, is to stop birds from flying up and shitting all over your balcony. All right. One good thing I found out is that I'm high enough that mosquitoes don't seem to be able to fly up this high. So that's a good thing. I hope you can still hear me okay. The traffic is starting to build up down there now, as more people are going to work. So yeah, let's go down and have a look at the main road. It's hard because I can't do widescreen. I can't get the sun in the same shot and see the traffic. Harold's saying, oh, what's this one? What's this? Cab over mic. Be prepared for your first earthquake in Chiang Mai. Are you kidding? I had a 5.5 hit one evening when I was on the 7th floor of 12. Scary stuff. Are you kidding? I didn't know there were earthquakes here. Are you for real? Is that right? I didn't know that. Wow. Okay. I tell you what, I do sleep really well, so I've always thought that I'd sleep through an earthquake. I guess I might find out, hey? I had no idea. I had no idea. It was really funny because before I left, I was telling my mother, I was trying to explain to her what it's like up here in the north of Thailand. And I just happened to mention that, oh, it's beautiful up here. There's some really nice mountainous areas. You can go hiking and everything. And then she sort of got the hint, started saying that she mistook me and started to think there were volcanoes here. She goes, oh, it sounds like a dangerous place if there's volcanoes around. I said, no. They're just mountains. So, no volcanoes in Thailand, is there? In fact, I don't think the volcanoes start until you get down into Indonesia and Java. We're pretty right here. But earthquakes, okay, there's something to look forward to, I suppose. Do you have to do a visa run every 90 days? I think I will. I'm in the process of in the application process of getting my retirement visa. I will have to do that. But from what I heard, it's not a big deal. And people tend to go and just get a bit carried away about it. I mean, seriously, 90 days is 3 months. It's 4 times a year. I go to 7-Eleven every day, you know. All right, it's not 7-Eleven, but when you go into immigration, you take a number for the window you want to go for the reason you're going there. So there may be hundreds of people in there, but they're all going there for different reasons. And from what I know, it's not that big, long a wait. And there's also the fact that now, as far as I know, you can also do it online, which takes out the whole issue altogether. The only thing I've heard about it being online is that when you renew your retirement visa after 12 months, then doing your 90-day online doesn't update that you've renewed. So there's a little bit of a clink in the system that messes up. But I'm not sure about that. I haven't had to do that yet. Plus, I think, you hear me okay? That's great. Plus, I'm using an agent to do all this for the first time, and I'm glad I have, because, wow, it saved me so much time and stress and working stuff out. But I think part of that agent, the money I paid the agent, included the 90-day visa thing, which means that I think I'll be fast-tracked, as they say, to do that as well. Yeah, let's go down and have a quick look at the street. You can see the traffic starting to build up. You can see how bit unclear it is there. You can see there's smoke in the distance there. There's definitely no sunlight down there, even though the sun is up. No shadows, as you would expect. The sun up in the sky, you'd expect to see shadows. That's because there's smoke in the sky. So it sort of still looks like it's just an overcast day, doesn't it? But, oops, sorry. But I'm pretty sure that above all that smoke is a clear day with sun. I'm just trying to get my camera work up properly. How's that? Is that gonna happen? It's a selfie stick that extends right out like a tripod. It's not the most stable thing. And I'm trying to get the horizon straight, but I can't do it because it doesn't want to sit properly. But there you go. Visas run out like a mini vacation, yeah. Quakes in 07, 11, 14, 19, go figure. Really? Usually epicenter is away from Chiang Mai. Yeah, okay, well, you know, this building's still standing. I don't see any cracks, so I guess I'm pretty safe in this one. There we go. What's Ackman? Hello. Hi. You should do it in landscape mode, not portrait. I know, but YouTube, now that I'm running live, won't let me change it. Apparently, it was a setting when I was setting up the live stream. Because I was setting up the live stream in portrait mode, it assumed that's the mode I wanted to be in when I went live. Next time, I think I'll have to set up the live stream holding the phone in landscape mode, and then it'll recognize that that's the way I want to stream. I've had this problem happen once before. Yeah. Oh gosh, this phone is getting pain. All right. What else we got? Harold's saying, thanks, Globe Tripper. Have a great day. I am off to get some dinner and get ready for bed. Cheers, mate. Thanks for joining up. Thanks for coming along. And Ackerman, yeah. So that's what I'm struggling with. I'll get it right next time. I don't think I'll do a live stream like this unless it's a nice clear day as a comparison, but that might be a while off. Yeah. Look at that. My phone just wants to not be nice to me today. Yeah, I'll have to look at fixing that up. Anyway, we're coming up to the hour mark in less than 5 minutes, so I'm going to bring this stream to an end, and I want to thank everybody for coming in. As you can see, it's getting a bit noisy out there. It is still early here, so it's 7:30 in the morning, so I've got a couple of hours before I head down to the pool. The pool is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. What I was going to mention about this building, I spoke to a guy the other day, and he said it's strange how the building sort of looks like something from the old Soviet era, the way the corridors are and the general design of the building. But what he found out when he inquired was that it was actually, when it was first built, designed to be a hospital. And now that I think about it, you can really imagine it being a hospital. Yeah, it does look that way. I could just imagine all the rooms were like different wards. It might have been even be a mental hospital, eh? Make things even creepier. I don't think it's haunted. Like I said, I bought an air purifier on Lazada. Well worth it, 4,000 Thai baht. Yep, I've seen them for that price in shops here. And I actually signed up for Lazada, and I bought something for my first test to see if it would deliver here, and it did. So I bought a new microphone for my computer for my other channel, and I bought it on Lazada, and it was really good. It was just like eBay, but it went well. I got the address here correct, had tracking, and within 4 days the courier showed up and rang me when he was down at reception, and I went down and picked up. Done. I had already paid for it. The good thing with Lazada is you can pay on delivery as well, so you don't have to pay up front. But yeah, okay, I've got to go for a bit of a walk around today, and I'll keep an eye out for purifiers and just check on some prices as well. I want to get something that's going to do the job. Yeah, but like I say, you know, once I close up the windows and doors, which you'd have to anyway using an air purifier, I don't smell the smoke. I mean, all right, I'm probably still breathing it in, so the purifier is probably going to be healthier. Quakes didn't stop me going back up there. I love the north. I love the lamb. Yes, that. Good. Yeah. No, well, it's not going to have any effect on me either. Just something else, a bit exciting to go through. You know, trust me, I've been through a lot. I know I've had some adventures. Gosh, you know, I could probably start a completely separate channel. Well, my Globe Tripper channel was started up many years ago to document my overseas trips, but I never really used it. You know, there's a couple of videos I've got there. In fact, I'm putting up a video, I think it's tomorrow, that's been set on private for a long time. It was me riding my Suzuki V-Strom up in Queensland, and there's actually a crash. I actually have an crash on it, so keep an eye out for that. I think that comes out tomorrow. Just one of those memory videos that I've put back up for people to watch. Anyway, guys, I'm going to head off now. Thank you all for watching and tuning in. Hit that like button. Comments are welcome. I don't mind getting all your comments. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It's free. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video where we'll be talking about what were we going to talk about? I don't know. I've got a whole list of things, all sorts of relevant stuff to moving and living over here. Okay, all right, thank you all, guys, and if I can find the right button to end this stream. I don't even see the button. How am I going to do that? I think there's an X there. Okay, cheers all. Thank you all for watching. Thank you. Yes, there is. I've seen the bike place. Yeah, good. It's tempting, isn't it? All right, guys. Catch you all later. Bye.